Hey guys, Kane here with another video. Now today, usually when I'm in the kitchen, in this area in particular, I'm here to talk about or do a challenge. Today's different than that. Today I'm here to talk about more of a touchy subject, and when it comes to especially Ireland, people all around Ireland are very self-conscious and mental health is a huge social standard. And one thing I've noticed, being somebody who has ADHD, dyslexia, and growing up with that, it really makes a difference just to have someone there who says it's gonna be okay and it's gonna work out. And for some reason in general, I get motivated by these words, and whenever anyone really comes to you and heartfeltly says that to you, it really changes the drive of that day. Recently I was scrolling through a comment section, and I came across a comment, and it just opened my mind up to a huge issue in Ireland about people being really self-conscious about not telling people their mental health issues, especially when it comes to depression and anxiety. A lot of people won't open up about that, not only for the reason of being maybe less looked up to because of it, which I don't see as an issue at all. I feel like if somebody's suffering from depression or anxiety, that's no reason to not look up to them. But for some reason, people see that as a boundary, or someone you should maybe strive not to be. And I completely disagree with that. But not only that, it's also other issues like deprecation and social anxiety. Just thinking that fellow classmates and fellow peers will just look down to you and will see you not as an equal but weak. When people see you as weak, it's different. You can be seen as a different type of weak. Depending on if you have a disability, you'd be seen as maybe a thoughtful weak or a very heartfelt weak, as in people will feel bad for you. And a lot of people, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but any people who have disabilities, they really don't like to be seen as, oh, I feel so bad for you. A lot of them type of people like that, they just want to be seen as equals. And honestly, coming to the next issue as well, weak obviously meaning a lot of different types. There's also the smart type of weak, and if you're seen as really smart or maybe more out there than most people, more intelligent when it comes to being intellectual and just better off in the classroom in general, knowing what you're doing, people for some reason see that as weak, which I really don't understand how you can see that as weak. That means they've put in the effort and time to get comfortable in that position, and to see them as weak is just making yourself feel weak, which is obviously not a position you want to be in when you're growing up, especially in Ireland. And there's the other type of weak that I really did want to cover is obviously depression and anxiety. That on its own, for some reason, is seen as a weakness, and I strive to not think that way. Because if you look at that and you really think that's a weakness, then, like, looking at yourself, how are you going to see yourself as not a weakness? Because usually when you look into someone, if somebody came to you and admitted right now that they're suffering from depression, really think about this now. How would you feel? What would you think of them if they came to you to talk about depression? If they came to you to talk about how anxious they are? Would you help them? Would you look down on them? Would you just ignore them and get on with your day? Because in all honesty, a lot of people, they would just walk on and think they're the better person in that situation, which is completely wrong. And I'm not saying the majority would, but a lot of people would do that. And that's one big thing that I wanted to cover. The reason I'm making this video in general is to just make people aware of this, because we are all going back to school now. Obviously older people you're in work all the time, but like the younger population would be going back to school, and like one big thing that's going to kick in is social anxiety and depression, and just not feeling like you're really there, not feeling like you have the hang of things, not feeling like you're really being treated the same as everyone else, which of course everyone should be treated equally when it comes to school. And I know school is hard, I know the curriculum is hard, I know the tests are crude, but that's just how it works. And like, I'm going to leave a link to one video down in the description that I feel motivates me in particular. You guys can check that out afterwards. And when it really comes down to it, there's always people there to talk to about these issues. If you really want to contact me directly about this, I will be happy to. I will leave my Instagram and Twitter in the description. Don't want to follow. I don't want any of that. You don't need to follow me. You don't need to do any of that. It's only like if you really want to talk. Like obviously if you want to leave a follow, of course you can. I'm not asking for follows though today. Like if you really want someone to talk to, I will definitely be there, and I don't spread stuff. Like I honestly feel that way. And there's other people to talk to as well. There's parents, and if you feel like your parents are just not in the right state of mind to be the people to talk to, of course that's completely fine. And like obviously there's other people as well, like maybe like higher up peers, and definitely teachers and stuff. And teachers may not seem like the best people to talk to when it comes to mental health, but teachers will really appreciate it if you came to them. Like sincerely, they would. And like being somebody who in the past and present suffers with depression and anxiety, seeking someone out to speak to about this is impeccable. Like it helps you so much, and it definitely has helped me in the past and in the future and present. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want me to cover more of these topics, if you want me to give more in-depth versions of each issue I've displayed, then you definitely can down below. And I know this is one of the more serious videos I've made. A lot of my other videos would maybe be me joking around, but I honestly feel like this video was needed, especially for people going back to school now, especially around Ireland. And if you're in any other countries as well, it can be the exact same situation. And if you are a teacher or a figure that's looked up to in the world, definitely just open up to your fan base. Open up to maybe the people you're teaching. Open up to the students. Like, don't make them feel trapped. Try your hardest to spread the love and wisdom that you bring towards that. Because that, though may not be seen as a big task, it can sincerely help someone who maybe is not in the right state of mind. Thank you guys. See you guys later. Peace.